It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab. Like, rip the video, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show is brought to you by CM, like Mary, CM Transportation, CM Transportation, LLC.net, CM Transportation, LLC.net. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, CM Transportation is the company for you. On this Juneteenth week, as we celebrate Juneteenth week, the day after Juneteenth Day. Shout out to Carissa Carter, the CEO of CM Transportation, African-American woman-owned transportation company, one of the top transportation companies in America. So I want to thank Carissa Carter and CM Transportation for being big supporters and sponsors of the Geno Jones Show. All right, so it's the day after Juneteenth Day. We continue to celebrate Juneteenth week. There are huge Juneteenth celebrations all across America. Enjoy. We've got a Juneteenth Jazz Festival here in Charleston, South Carolina. There's a Juneteenth gospel show here this weekend. There's a Juneteenth family reunion and cookout starring the SOS Band this Saturday. We have a minor league baseball team, the Charleston River Dogs. Every year around this time, they have a big Juneteenth celebration honoring the Negro Leagues. They're going to celebrate the life of Larry Dolby, who was the second black man to play in the major leagues. As a matter of fact, a week after Jackie Robinson debuted for the Brooklyn Dodgers on April 15th, 1947, literally a week later, Larry Dolby made his debut as the first black man to play in the American League. And like I said, Jackie Robinson was the first to play in the major leagues. The Brooklyn Dodgers were in the National League. Now the Brooklyn Dodgers are in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And speaking of the Negro League, the greatest baseball player ever, the GOAT. It's not some folks still want to have this discussion. Trust me, this is not an opinion. It is a fact, and there are numbers to back it up. Willie Howard Mays, rest in peace. He joined the ancestors early this week, and it was going to be this huge celebration anyway. So shout out to Major League Baseball for finally getting it right, getting something right. I digress. I'm not going to beat up on Major League Baseball today because they really made good. And shout out to the Commissioner Rob Manfred. So there's a special game, Rickwood Field. It is the oldest baseball field in America. First baseball game was there in August of 1910. Way back in 1947, Willie Mays was a 17-year-old kid, still in high school, playing professional baseball with the Birmingham Black Barons in the Negro National League. And then in 1951, Willie Mays joined the New York Giants. The rest is history. We had a great show last night on Wednesday night, Juneteenth Day. Please go back and watch it. And shout out to my buddy Eric Clemens, sports broadcasting icon and legend. He was a sports anchor at ESPN. He did play-by-play for ESPN, Fox Sports 1, BET. And now he's just chilling, doing his thing out in the Bay Area, out in San Francisco, Oakland, San Francisco area, with his wife and his daughters and son-in-law and I know they have one grandchild, I think maybe two. So shout out to Eric Clemens. I love you, brother. We attended college together, Columbia College, Chicago. Shout out to our alma mater, where my wardrobe consultant and stylist, AKA my daughter, my baby girl, Allie Jones, just graduated from Columbia College, Chicago. She's a fashion designer, got her bachelor. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design. So tonight, Major League Baseball, honoring the Negro Leagues. Major League Baseball finally included the Negro League stats from the National Negro League and the Negro American League. And so Willie Mays had, I think, 10 hits when he played for the Birmingham Black Barons before he went, they sold his contract to the Giants minor league team, I think in Trenton, New Jersey, and then 51, he was playing for the New York Giants. So last night, great episode. Just a lot things I didn't even know about Willie Mays, Eric Clemens, who had a chance to meet him and talk with him. And man, boy, I would love I've met, interviewed, and hosted shows from Michael Jackson to Prince and Janet Jackson, met Muhammad Ali, but the one person always in my life I wanted to meet was Willie Mays. And I didn't get a chance to do that, but it doesn't matter. He had a profound impact on my life. And I talked about all that last night. So make sure you go back and binge watch last night's show. It was a great show. And I say that with all modesty and humility. And thanks to my man, Eric Clemens, formerly of ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and BET Sports. All right, happy birthday. This might be, so either it's the last day for Geminis or the first day for Cancers. So anyway, celebrating birthday today, June 20th. By the way, the first day of summer. Today is the longest day of the year. So we have the most minutes and hours of sunlight today. Today, longest day of the year. So if you're going to get outside, enjoy this daylight, because after today, the days start getting shorter. So Tika Sumpter, actress, you've seen the sister. She was in the movie Stomp the Yard, 44 today. Kierra Sheard, gospel star. Her mom is a gospel icon, gospel legend. Her mother, Karen Clark Sheard. So that's her mom. So Kierra Sheard is 37 today. Speaking of legends, Lionel Ritchie started off with the Commodores down there, speaking of Alabama, where the Major League Baseball is having their tribute in Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's where Lionel Ritchie is from. Lionel Ritchie, formerly of the Commodores, great solo career, who I affectionately nicknamed Mr. Ed. You might, if you're like under 40, you might not get that joke, but for those over 45 or 50, and there was a show back in the day, I know I'm so wrong, I'm so dirty for this. It was a talking horse called Mr. Ed. You're like, hello, I'm Mr. Ed. Anyway, I watch too much TV. Actually, I've read and played sports more than TV. But anyway, all right, Lionel, just jokes. Happy birthday, 75 today, and still looking good. So do your thing. All right, I'm going to bring on my guest. My guest I had the honor to meet about 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it's about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. She's an author, and she has an incredible story of turning her personal pain, unimaginable pain, into purpose, as an advocate against violence and senseless violence. She has a new book. It's really a children's book, but I believe she told me the age is, well, you know what? I'm not going to guess, but I think it's older children, maybe from 9 to 17, but I'm bringing her on camera right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the book is called The Blue in You, and I want to welcome Michelle Cobb to the show. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Geno. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining me, being my guest today. I am really excited, looking forward to having you on. Part of the Juneteenth celebration as we celebrate the culture and celebrate the last of our ancestors back in 1865 being told by the Union soldiers that actually they had been freed 2.5 years before June 19th, 1865. Really, because the Emancipation Proclamation, that was signed in January 1 of 1863, and I just thought, as my grandmother would say, that was pretty trifling that those who owned our ancestors, especially ones in Texas, didn't tell our enslaved ancestors that they had been free 2.5 years. I can imagine had the Union soldiers not showed up, they'd have probably never told them they were free. But that's a whole nother story. So I want to talk about your book, The Blue in You. First of all, why don't you tell your story, if you don't mind? Let my viewers know your story, your journey, and how it led to writing this book.
Okay, thank you for having me, Geno. I appreciate you. My story starts, unfortunately, via tragedy of losing the life of my son, Brandon Mack, at such a young and tender age of 22, and on June 9th, 2016. Brandon was shot 9 times, and at a local restaurant in Somerville, and by the grace of God, he managed to survive for 4 days before he actually passed after getting, shot so many times.
What
God's,
year was this, Michelle?
I'm sorry?
What year was this when this happened?
In 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was just 8 years on this past June 9th since we lost him. And so after losing Brandon to gun violence, I was moved, surprisingly, by God to write. So I journaled. I always had a passion for writing, but I started journaling as a little girl. I always thought that I wanted to be a journalist. But after losing Brandon, I started journaling and going in my little, what I call my retreat, to pray and write. So after I would pray, I would find myself, journaling daily. Once I got to a certain position in my grief, and I wrote my first book, which was a memoir. It Could Easily Happen to You, about the 4 days that I spent with Brandon before he passed. And I wrote that in 2017. And then after that, just in 2022, I wrote Good Grief Coaching. And that is a journaling grief book, a grief journal book. And I released that in 2023. And it just goes through the different stages of grief. And then you can journal as you go along. I try to make it interesting and add some different little things to it. But after that, I felt led to write some more, which was, a shock to me because I thought I was done after my journaling book. But I was led to write The Blue in You based on true events because as handsome as Brandon was, and I probably sound biased because he was my son, but as handsome as he was often misunderstood and felt like, that he was the black sheep, regardless to how popular he was. He felt like the black sheep a lot, and felt like, sometimes his choices that he made caused people to, not receive him as well as he would like to be received. So although he was very smart, articulate, and like I said, very popular, but to him, he always felt misunderstood and like the black sheep. So after writing this book, I have learned and gotten feedback from a lot of people, even adults, saying that, they too shared, the same feelings of, being the black sheep and misunderstood, and, just going through bouts of emotions, anger, anxiety, and just you're having trouble with self-acceptance, So I felt like, well, okay, that's pretty easy. I can just tap into, how a lot of the things that Brandon shared with me, moments we had together, and just try to help children ages 9 through 14 is really my focus, but just for everybody. But primarily ages 9 through 14, because I feel like children those ages suffer a lot
Okay.
with identity crisis and bullying, and all sorts of different type of issues coming up, and trying to find yourself going through puberty and everything. So I wrote The Blue in You, and if I may, this is um, the book and what it looks like, The Blue in You,
Hold it up
on
a little more.
Amazon.
Hold it up a little high. There we go.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I think it might be because it's the green in the book is, but yeah, we see it now. The blue in you, yes.
Okay. And just to share a little bit, in this short and remarkable chapter book, The Blue in You, young readers will embark on a journey alongside Blue, a sheep who learns to embrace his uniqueness and find strength in his differences. Through this captivating tale, children will be inspired to navigate their own feelings of awkwardness, discomfort, anger, and exclusion, ultimately discovering the power of acceptance and self acceptance. Let this book be a guiding light for children who feel like the Black sheep, reminding them that their uniqueness is what makes them truly special. And, um, so because people and children feel different and awkward in life and feeling like the Black sheep, a lot of times, it causes them to make bad choices and decisions, and get with the bad crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was a lot of Brandon's issues. Is he wanted to belong.
Okay.
So he made some bad choices in life, but of course, just because we make bad choices when we're growing up, that's when we're supposed to make them. But his turned out, you know, un like untimely.
Yeah.
It was just untimely and thing that occurred to cause his life to end at such an early age, at the age of 22. So I am just trying to, uplift children to help them realize that their difference and their uniqueness makes them special, so they don't make the same mistakes. Of course they're going to make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
but just to help them understand that it's okay to be different. There's nothing wrong with being different. And I just wish at the time I was able to help Brandon, but because I wasn't able to help him, of course I want to help somebody else. So, if I could help one, they say, I say each one teach one. I feel like I did a good thing.
Well, Michelle, when we met and you told me your story, and I was overwhelmed um, as a parent. I can't even imagine. I wouldn't even want to wrap my brain around it. As the oldest and the only boy, my mother, who's watching the show now, I know the relationship or the bond between a mother and a son is like a father and a daughter. It is a very special. It's really hard to put into words that dynamic and that kind of relationship. And I would imagine that your healing is ongoing. I would assume, I don't want to speak for you because I haven't been in your shoes, but I would imagine that your healing is ongoing. But the fact that you were willing, you're willing to kind of tap into that place to write these books, to save the lives of children who you may never meet.
Right.
What has what has what puts a smile on your face, and that journey of what has been the most important thing that has helped you get through that unimaginable grief for mothers and fathers, or maybe grandparents or aunts and uncles or family members who found themselves in the situation like you, losing a loved one like you did. What's been the key to your healing and to get to this place, to be able to turn, like I said, to turn that unimaginable pain into purpose to save other lives?
Well, I would say just knowing that smiling and keep going and to keep going is what Brandon would want me to do because he was very outgoing and a people person. So I just felt like I because his voice was taken away in silence. I had to be his voice. So I am the founder of I Am His Voice, an organization just to be able to, do what I'm doing, write books to make a difference and just keep going because, it's deeper than me. And I just feel like God is using my story to try to help others, to be able to keep going because it's a tough journey. It's a dark, tough journey, and um, God is truly my motivation. I mean, I don't have no profound, thing to share as far as my one thing, but just because I feel like Brandon will want me to keep going, and I just feel like it's so many people out there that needs to know and hear my story is what really keeps me going because gun violence is becoming so prevalent nowadays. We just have to keep one another lifted up and I mean, I'm just one person, but hopefully, by platforms like this, and people such as yourself interviewing me and allowing me to share my story, I'm going to reach the right people. So that's all I could do is hope and pray that, because God is able, he'll make it happen.
First of all, your story is profound, and the fact that you are willing to be so generous in spite of still navigating this pain on a daily basis is profound. So you are
Yeah.
like you're a guardian angel because one person can change the world, and you never know. There's somebody that's watching this show right now that you have spoke to their heart, and there may be a mom or a son or a daughter who
Right.
hearing the story about you and your son could save their life.
I pray so,
So
Geno. I
God is
pray so.
using you as a vessel. My mother's watching me now, and she's always taught me. She would say, "Jeannie, when you allow God to use you as a vessel to be a blessing to other people, your blessings will come down from the heavens like raindrops out of the sky, And that's what you're doing. So what do you do? So Michelle, what do you do? How do you? What is your self care? What do you do for self care? Because that's so important. And what gives you joy?
Um, what gives me joy is just my self-care is I go and get my nails done and massage here and there, just to make myself feel good. And then every now and again I do some, walking and exercising, just so I can feel good on the inside.
That's so important.
Yeah,
You can't love anyone else. You have to love yourself. And like
you're
you said,
right.
your son, I know, I'm sure he comes to you. He's in here. He said, "Look, mom, look, you gotta love on yourself. You got you deserve it. You've earned that
Right.
right, and I'm so glad you do." Now, am I correct? Are you going on a book tour? You've already been on a book tour. Let everybody know. Are you going to be going around the country and let everybody know where they can go and order your book right now?
Okay. I haven't been on a book tour, but we have an upcoming book signing this Saturday at the Hilton Garden Inn at 5 o'clock. There'll
And
be a
that's here.
book
Let everybody
signing.
know where exactly. It's here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. So tell them where it's at.
Yes, it's gonna be this Saturday at the Hilton Garden Inn in Somerville at 406 Sigma Drive in the Nexton area of Somerville. And it starts at 5 o'clock. And I would love to have everybody come through and get a book, The Blue and You. And it is on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon, but I will have some copies there at the book signing for $12. And or if you want to make a donation, children 9 through 14, I would love to be able to bless them with a book because I have taken donations prior to writing the book to be able to donate books to children to be able to keep it free. So if you don't want to pay for a book, you can make a donation, and I'll give you a copy of the book. If you want to bring your children, ages 9 through 14, to have some a picture taken with me, I look forward to seeing everybody there.
All right, I love that.
And go on Amazon.com for the Blue and You. Also, It Could Easily Happen to You or Good Grief Coaching. All three books are on Amazon.
Is there? I'm sure there's another book. Are you working on that? You have any idea what your next book is going to be about?
I think I have something cooking inside, but I haven't really got anything in motion yet. But I think I have another book inside of me. I think so.
So Michelle, have you thought about pitching any of your books to have adapted for a screenplay?
I have thought about that. It Could Easily Happen to You. I thought about that. I was, working on that. So we'll see what God has in store.
You have an incredible story. You are an incredible story. Your journey is an incredible story. Your compassion, your unselfishness, and you're willing, like I said, to navigate and turn your unimaginable pain into purpose to save someone else's parents or some other young person from experiencing the loss that you have. I can only commend you and say, may God continue to bless and have favor on you and your family and your journey and you as an author. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
You have a permanent home on the show. Once again,
thank you.
Please support this sister. Her book signing this Saturday. Give everybody the address, the location, and the time.
It's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn in the Nixon area of Somerville, 406 Sigma Drive, Somerville, South Carolina, 29483. And we'll be there from 5:00 p.m. until.
All right. And let everybody know where they can follow you on social media. And of course, they can order the book. Can they just order it on Amazon, or is there any other place that they can find the book?
Just on Amazon right now. And as I said, I have some on hand on Saturday. But you can follow me. I am author Michelle Cobb on Facebook, and I am His Voice LLC on Instagram.
Thank you. Michelle Cobb, may God continue to bless and have favor on you. All the love, I send all the love and light that God and the universe has to you. And everybody, let's make sure we get out there Saturday, part of this Juneteenth celebration. Thank you again, Michelle.
Thank you, Geno. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks a lot. All right,
Bye.
everybody. She got a really incredible story. I was so happy to be able to. Let me do something here. I was so happy to be able to share her story, and I think it was incredible that she was willing to. She's willing to share that story publicly, because I don't know if I don't even want to think about it. Just it takes a lot of strength to do that. Yes, so I just think that her spirit is remarkable, and how she's navigating everything. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Friday, tomorrow, TGIF, thank God it's going to be Friday, my weekend review show. Now, my guest co-host is actually going to be in North Carolina, not far from me, but her and her sorority sisters, the Zetas, they're having like a big event get together. But if I'm lucky, that not only Keela Carson, but some of her sorority sisters will be able to join me tomorrow for our weekend review show and just talk about Juneteenth week. It'll be great. So no guarantee, but we're going to speak that into existence. All right, thanks everybody for watching. God bless each and every one of you and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show is brought to you by CM Transportation. If your business needs a transportation company that is dependable, reliable, and on time, CM Transportation, the company for you. Shout out to Carissa Carter, the CEO African-American woman-owned business, one of the top transportation companies in America. As we celebrate this Juneteenth week, we are all about supporting Black-owned businesses, because if we, as a culture and community, if we don't celebrate our own community and our businesses, we definitely can't expect anybody else to do it. We got to do it and not worry about other folks. They'll get wind of it eventually, but it's up to us to support us, because we are really all we need. So shout out to Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, along with Bruce Gage. Allie Jones, fashion designer. You can check her out, fashion designer, her Lexi Jones collection at lx.ncl_L on Instagram, or IG, lx.ncl_. Bruce Gage, Miglio Di Mario Uomo, and Flyball the Store. Flyball the Store is the only officially licensed apparel maker, the officially licensed. So the Negro baseball leagues, they have one like clothing company or retailer that has the official license. So he is officially licensed by the Negro baseball leagues, and that would be Miglio Di Mario Uomo. But Flyball is the officially licensed apparel maker and retailer for the Negro baseball leagues, because they're honoring the Negro leagues tonight on Fox TV nationally. Games are going to be probably starting any second now. So Flyball the Store, that's simple. FLYBALLTHESTORE, just like it sounds. Spell it, flyballthestore.com. Miglio Di Mario Uomo, that's MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. Thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody watching me live. Of course, shout out to my #1 fan, my mother. Mother, I love you. I'll be talking to you later. Big shout out to Major League Baseball. I'm really proud of you. Big shout out to the Commissioner, Rob Manfred. This game tonight, Rick Wood, honoring the Negro Leagues, doing Juneteenth week, honoring the greatest baseball player of all time, the GOAT, Willie Howard Mays, who played in this park, in Rickwood Park, in Birmingham, Alabama, as a 17-year-old kid, still in high school, going to school during the week, and playing pro baseball at 17 for the Birmingham Black Barons. This is the stadium where half of the Hall of Fame ball players currently played in this field. So big shout out to Major League. Shout out to the family of Willie Mays, doing the right thing. And I will see everybody Friday or tomorrow, depending on if you're not watching it live, if you're watching it after it was aired live, whenever. Friday, 6:30 p.m., Week in Review, wrapping up the Juneteenth week celebration edition of the Geno Jones Show. Thanks for watching. Now go back, tell everybody my goal, 1,000 new subscribers in the next 60 days, so I can go to the next level as a YouTube partner, so I get that YouTube check. So everybody spread the word. At whatever function you're going to be at, tell all your family, your friends, your kinfolk, your fraternity and sorority brothers and sisters, your church members, everybody. Geno Jones at YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type that in, subscribe to the channel, share this in every episode, copy and paste the link, and you can email it, you can share it, you can tag it to someone's page, you can text it to them, send it to them, message in a bottle, carrier pigeon. I'm good with it. Don't matter how you do it. I don't give a damn. But thank you for your help. I love you, everybody. We'll see you Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.